welcome to ERL Gran Turismo. This evening, this is a combined GtPro and class race from Lago, Maggiore. I probably butchered that pronunciation. This is one of GT7's fictional tracks, but they're all good, to be honest, the fictional tracks. I think this is the most popular, really flowing track. The corner you can just see on the screen now really does add a fantastic corner, a hairpin technically, but with, as you can see, all kinds of camber and elevation, and that really sums up the track in general. Very fast flowing, a lot of undulation. We have potential for both category champions to be crowned tonight. GtPro with Honda potentially able to seal it this evening, and similarly in the class with Gloss. The attendance, we were, I think, at 15. I'm not sure if someone's, it looks like 32. Just waiting for Azure to join. Yeah, so it has given us a full grid. We've had to combine the classes to do it as we've reached the end of the season, as this can sometimes happen. People have dropped out, or, you know, we've ended up where we are. But the good thing is it does mean we can bring you a full grid race. So I think pace caps from front to back are quite high, so you'll probably see split pack battles. But we've seen the last two races, we've had a 3-car fight right up until the last lap in both Canada and Abu Dhabi. GT class, Gloss has been on a bit of a tear, to be honest with you, so be interested to see if anyone can stop his streak. So let me give you the scenarios. If I start with the GT class championship, first of all, Gloss has won the last 4 races, which has put him in an incredible position. Obviously these guys score their position points in class, but then they'll also get their points for the overall finish, i.e. what the pro race finishes. Going into this round, Gloss leads has by 67 points. After this weekend, there is 52 points up for grabs, 20 for the GT class Nürburgring race, plus 1 for the fastest lap, and then obviously potentially someone from class could win the pro finale at Nürburgring. Seem unlikely, but could be possible, and take the maximum 30 points, score the fastest lap 31. So 52 points remain after this evening's race available, and Gloss leads by 67. So Haas would need to take, you know, 15 or even 16 points to keep that battle going to the ring. Probably the less likely one to be settled tonight, although still very likely, is the pro fight has been very close. Honda's just had the real consistency. And going into this evening's race, he leads by 35 points. Now, they will only have the one race remaining, so it'll be 31 points up for grabs. At the Nürburgring, Honda currently leads by 35, so if he maintains his lead or takes a small hit, he will also seal the championship tonight, which means we could see 2 championships decided, and before we move on to that Nürburgring finale. So we should be due to start quali any minute from now. Guys raced here last night in the Sprint Cup, but on the reverse layout and in the fixed car BRZ. So, just lost Smiley. We definitely want him to rejoin. Some donuts going on there at the hairpin, as you can see. Really hope Smiley can rejoin, because he's been on a tear recently and he's been involved in both of those very close finishes that I mentioned to you. But yeah, due to start quali at 7:32. Smiley's rejoined. So it is a mixed class race. I think, just looking there, we've only got, I think, 5 in the pro tier. So the 10 in class, that's about right, isn't it? So pro wise, we've got Azure, Smiley, Honda, Lucky, Airman. Let's actually put it in order for us, it's kind of them. Filthy, and then from class, Filthy has Gloss, Absolute, Darth, Arthur Bence, fairly new to the league but been doing really well, Beam and Jay, Swing It, Tom and Dave. Oh yeah, let's sort it in DR order. Right then, so quali is underway. Cameraman's trying to get a very close shot. let's see who's first out of this pit lane. It's going to be Lucky with his host advantage, isn't it? As they all pile out. Got Filthy just behind him. I gotta say that it's a stunning car anyway, the R8, but with that livery is just really beautiful. As mentioned last stream with them, and so many of the cars just look fantastic, I must say. I think this season more than any other, the guys have outdone themselves with deliveries. Honda and Haas have been having a bit of banter in the chat in the last YouTube race. I think Haas has been in Honda's area of town in the Netherlands, but Honda has managed to dodge him in real life. Will he be able to dodge him on the track tonight? We'll just see. The order just sorting itself out there on the left hand side. Eamon, who's just kindly done comms of last week's race with me. So he thinks he can match Honda here tonight, but he's worried about the tyre wear. That's what he's saying. I can match him early on, but I can only do 8 laps on the softs. Honda can do 10, so that could be decisive. Darth in another creative livery, I should say, but he always does a great job on these. He's our WRC tier coordinator there. Does a phenomenal job on WRC. I've got to say my next favourite game after this one. But even Jay's been on a real tear in GT class. He's been skipping the pro races because some difficult early races, and he finds it tough to do the 2 races physically in one night. But I'm going to be intrigued to see how he goes tonight. It's a really good pace, just a smidge off Gloss, but that's a high bar. There's Gloss, who could seal the GT class championship tonight. Arva, who's new to the league but has been really picking up pace and drove phenomenally last week at Abu Dhabi. Asriel's recently switched to Z4. And then we've got Swing It on the back of him. Absolute Smiley, Tom and Dave. Right, so Lucky is just about to get us underway. And he'll set the first benchmark time. It's incredible how wide you can go there. But just coming up to the flowing S section now. Looks neat and tidy so far. I think me and Em were just discussing Lucky's been in this title battle. He's just been that smidge off, and I think that's probably more down to the car than him, but part of the reason that car choice was made is that most guys, I wouldn't say wrote the season off, but with Boosted's dominance decided to have a bit of fun, and then obviously Boosted's ended up not completing the season, so left the door open, and Honda and especially has just gone absolutely smashing through that door. We'll have a look at Lucky's benchmark time. Oh, apologies if you have any aches or groans for me this evening. Hit a half marathon this morning, so it's a bit sore, would be an understatement. Oh, hence why I'd rather put my feet up and watch these guys show how it's done. See what tips you can pick up. But here's our first time. Saw Filthy a little bit wide on exit there, but only a few tenths off Lucky. What's Honda, our championship leader, going to set? He's off Lucky as well. Has his next across the line. Airman's decided to pit. Can't see any damage, so that's interesting. Who's gone P6? Gloss into P3. Arva's next across the line with 157. So Absolute can do an Alexis. I think he'll be glad to go to a new car next year. That's a very respectable time, as it is for Arva. Smiley was flying here last night. Let's see what he can do. That doesn't seem a fully representative time. Tom with a 58.8. He's ahead of Dave. Those two have been chatting about the battle they're looking to have tonight, and look, only a tenth apart from them. Swing It's still on outlap, and Airman's also on outlap. So Lucky set the early pace. Let's see if Honda can respond. We'll go on board with him. Obviously a lot of this track very flowing, requires a lot of commitment. Purple at the minute. track that Lucky does enjoy, although he doesn't like hairpins, as he always let everyone know. God, look at, it took out maximising the track, and you saw it in full capacity there. This is a corner that requires a lot of commitment as well. You just see, making it look easy. Still purple currently. We will see though if Lucky is able to go faster himself. Let's see what Honda can do, and then I think it's only right we have a look at Airman and Smiley. Gloss will be happy with the P3 at the minute. If you can. Ah, now Lucky's pit as well. Is that because of the tyre wear? And see what Honda will do. He's putting purple all lap, and he does go faster, so he puts nearly a quarter of a second on the field. Where's Smiley? Yeah, it looks like a lot of the guys are pitting for fresh tyres. We only won ×1 in quali, but ×1 tyre wear that is. But let's see what Smiley does. If his first representative lap goes to top of sheets, and he puts a further nearly 3 temps on Honda. So Airman's the next to the. He's just starting his lap. Oh, is he going to get traffic from those cars ahead and dirty air? Won't be helping. No, Darth, I think, moves out the way because he knows that Airman's on it all fast lap, but you saw a bit of a school there. Smiley's pace in this back end of the season has been incredible. He just probably lacked a bit of Honda's consistency, but on pure pace, I'd say he's his fastest right now, and he's showing it again there. And just keep an eye on this lap from Honda. It's not giving us any reference, so from Airman, sorry. From this angle especially, you'll really see just how much weight transfer and undulation there is in this track. Again, these guys make difficult sections look really easy. Just cutting as much as he can there. Going to the last corner now. Let's see how this lap stacks up. It's P5 for now. I think he'll be disappointed that because he's been matching Honda for pure outright pace in practice. Let's see how Honda can respond to Smiley's lap. Oh, he can't. I mean, right now, Lucky, I mean, he'd be happy with P3, but the gap is a bit alarming. Again, might be getting a bit dirty F&J there. Yeah, so that I think going opposite Lago may look spectacular, but generally isn't the fastest way, because we're not playing WRC. Just see if this lap can improve. No. Looks like again it's going to be a battle between Gloss and Filthy in class. Can Filthy improve? No. Looks like it's tough after that first lap to improve. Now this might be smart from Hasbin. I mean, yes, you'll get a bit of dirty air, but you know he's not going to catch Honda over lap. He's not going to get a bit of slip. But that's obviously not a representative lap. In the final lap of qualifying now. Let's just see what our championship leader can do in reply to Smiley. Ross has just improved again. So other than Smiley, we've then got the next from P2 to P6 all in the 55s, and then just goes out to Haz and Beeman in the 56s. Again, Talmadge, you want to be as committed as you can through here. Lambo, you know, riding those curves quite nicely. It's normally one of these car's few weaknesses, but it looked really tidy through there. That's what supposed to happen. He's up at the minute, not purple, but he's improving. Again, using all of the inside curb, all of the outside curb. Flat through there. Again, improving. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Fantastic looking livery. I'd have to pick it as my livery of the season. Emma mentioned in the last race, especially Abu Dhabi, was hunting cars down with the yellow headlights on, and we'll see those at the ring in a couple of weeks' time. Improves, but it's not enough. Lucky has finished. Smiley has finished. Airman's finished. Gloss. Is there anyone else still on the lap? Don't think we have. Surprised with Arvid. I mean, it's not by any means a slow lap. I mean, yes, you look at that gap, 2.6 seconds, but it's off Smiley, who's just an alien at the minute. Other than that, looks a fairly competitive qualifying. So, Smiley P1, 54.8. Honden P2, and first of the runners in the 55. Lucky in P3. Airman in P4. Gloss P5. If you're happy with that, he's ahead of the GT class qualifiers, but filthy right on his tail in P6. Has P7. Beam and J in P8. Again, not much to pick between those guys. That hasn't been for a while. Asriel in P9. Noose P10. Swing It in P11. We've got Absolute in P12. Arthur Bent in P13. Tom P14 and Dave P15. I think that's a decent effort from Dave, coming in fresh. 3.7 off Smiley, but you know, only a second off Arthur, who's been flying recently. As I say, there'll be different battles for this field. It's pro and a con, isn't it? It's good to see. It's really good to see a full grid. Which is a pro. The con is the gaps are going to be quite big because you're crossing tiers, and you think Tom and Dave and Absolute, but I think Absolute was at the higher end, but we're AM drivers last year, so really you've got 3 classes if you went off last season's rankings in one race. But we shall see. It's a free tyre choice this evening. I think it's going to be listen to the drivers chat, and then you never know what they're going to give away. They'll be willing to give away, but obviously medium, or medium soft. And I don't think what would be interesting here. We've got 2 cars at the front that aren't great off the line, 2 cars behind them that are quick off the line. We've got Airman, who I think has been matching Honda for pace and practice, but couldn't quite hook up the lap there. I wonder what Lucky will do, because Lucky started on soft so regularly, as normally does Beam and J. Will they go soft medium? It's marginal, I believe, that the soft medium or medium soft, but generally speaking, it's more favourable to finish on the faster tyre. But again, if you can make it work, and that Merck's quick off the line, he's got 3 cars ahead of him that aren't. Get yourself that track position. It's always a balancing act of which option to go for. But we've only got 1 minute till we find out. We are starting at 7:48. Lucky doesn't mess around like I do. So The guys will just be picking their tyres now. We'll be soon underway. Looking forward to this one. As I say, a few gaps in pace-wise, but it's good to see a full grid. Shame that it looked like potentially Skinner had to miss out on the race, so I've gone from one extreme to the other. But yeah, we've done a full grid, and we could see 2 champions this evening. Honda has tasted championship gold before, previous Podium's Endurance Championship. This would be Gloss's first championship should he secure it. Came very close a few years ago in an epic 4-way shootout with Dad, Panda and Filthy, his rival this evening. But before we focus on championships, let's focus on this race because we are soon to be underway. Let's run into turn 1. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Long hold and away we go. As I said, those 2 cars off to the front struggling. Oh, Lucky's been completely boxed in on the inside, but that's allowed Airman to make a move on the outside. What does Lucky do here? Oh, it's tight into here. Looks like Filthy gone wide. Or was he pushed wide or did he go wide? We'll get to that in a second. Smiley as well to hold the lead. That could be massive. Because that's been one of his issues recently. He's so quick, but it's dropped down the grid. Honda and Lucky are still side by side. This must be Jay on the... No, Jay is on the mediums, but it's flown off the line. Oh, Gloss super wide behind. Looks like everyone's made it through, but we definitely saw Filthy go backwards, which again is common for the Audi, but like he'd gone wide. But as far as I can see here, everyone has made it through, which is what we like to see. Although Noose has obviously missed as well, turned it back there as a Zava. But Smiley leads and he is stretching his legs. Airman in P2. Both on mediums, Honda on mediums. Lucky on medium, so Lucky again tends to go for that adventure strategy. Gloss has got ahead of Beeman. Oh, crikey, you can see all kinds of cars going everywhere at the back. Oh, it's nice switch back from Gloss. These 2 have a long history. They get on better now, but they have clashed previously. 2 super aggressive racers. Nothing wrong with being aggressive, of course, as long as you keep it clean. Oh, up on the curb. Asriel trying to get through. He's a bit out of position here, Asriel. That's what you always expect to see in GT7. The racing's hard, but fair. Well, we actually saw him cut across there. All the way back down the field. Airman, though, we get back to it. Now, Smiley had a big lead. What's happened? Because Airman is now around the outside of the last corner. We just caught it in time. Airman takes the lead of this race, and these guys have been going hammer and tongue for the last few races. Again, oh my god, you could throw a blanket over the 4 of them. Honda all the way up the inside into Airman, his good friend, takes Smiley with him. That allows Lucky to take the lead. That looks a bit dollar late there from Honda. I think he's let those guys go back through, but that has allowed Lucky to take the lead. But that was crazy to have 4 cars that close. They're just trying to keep the action all the way in the field. We've got somebody off the back. Who is it? It's Darth. Has he had to pit? Yeah. Oh dear, what a shame. He got a podium here last night in the Sprint Cup. He's got the pace. He's got some making up to do, but he'll be at least hoping of getting onto the back of this GT class section. It's a shame because I thought we had the whole field intact. Lucky now has a 1.6 second lead, but unlike previous occasions where he's held this lead, he's on the same tyre as these guys. So he is well set at the minute. One of his best tracks. He's on level playing field tyres. He's got a 1.7 gap now. Back to Airman. Yeah, that was dicey, wasn't it, into that corner, but I think Honda did let them go. So our championship leader's down in 4th at the minute. I will work out later in this race how this would stand, but I think really Airman needs to go and win this race. And if Honda was to stay here, that would be enough, I think, to take it to the ring. And who knows what could happen there. I was saying to Airman, it is a shame with how great these 4 guys here in Alacoast, the 5 drivers have been so close, but Honda's just had that consistency edge. You can imagine if we had a 5-car shootout at the ring, but we may still get a shootout of sorts. Honda is all over back of Smiley right now. Gloss is closing in on this battle. I'll tell you what, Gloss might well have the best seat in the house. Looks like we've got a bit of a ding-dong going back here as well. Filthy on the back of Swinyatt's done well to get up to there with the grid pen. He's gone for the soft start to start. As suspected, we've got all kinds of different battles at play. But yeah, Gloss might well have the best view in the house here. And right now, this would definitely be enough to seal the GT Class Championship for Gloss. But oh my word, what's happening ahead here? Oh, this is getting really argy-bargy, and Honda and Air, they're such good friends. This is the second time they've come to blows this evening. Again, it looks like Honda on Air potentially, but we didn't have the full view, so we'll leave that one. I mean, for these two to sort out with the stewards room. But now Gloss is right on the back. Honda's now going for this send on Smiley backs out. But all the time, this is letting Lucky build a near 3-second lead. Gloss is right on the back of this pack. Oh, look how hard these guys are pushing the dust, and the grass is pushing up. Apex, how are we doing? You are greatly missed. I hope we can see you at the ring next week. Just want to see a full field of that for that classic race. He's always gone well here, hasn't he? I think that car's been hampering him a little bit, but I'll tell you what, I think maybe Gloss is tagging in Falicos here, because these front five have had some great battles. And Gloss is saying we're not having a race without an American representative up there. It looks like it's settled down between these guys here now. It'd be interesting to see what happened on both those incidents. On the second one, Ellen did run wide, but there was definitely some contact. Oh yes, Apex things we love to see. So Ellen got a run here on Honda. And as he said earlier, it's so hard for them to outbrake the MR cars with how late they can brake. So we might be looking at more at getting a run. Right now, Honda's ahead of Airman, which is all he needs to do to seal this evening, unless the stewards say differently. It's just IndyCar line through there, it's absolutely mad. Right, this one is settling a little bit. No, nice to see. It's I don't go great there, and I don't think my Alfa would be too suited there, but they'd say like you. I just love the place. So Beeman's still in a very tidy P6 here, has P7, has your P8. Filthy's done got back up to P9. There's a little gap then, back to Arva. And these guys are all really close. Got Absolute, followed by Tom. Oh, Thomas goes out saying, for most people think, swing it all over the back of Tom. Is he going to go for it into the hairpin? Tom might be able to position himself here for a switchback. Or is he going to go for the resend? Yeah, Swingit was able to get ahead and then get a better line into corner. Oh, pushing hard on that exit though. 1.6 ahead of his good friend and Dave. Talking very much about this battle tonight. Then Noose has got 11 seconds, 10 now to make up to the back of Dave. Back at the front. Smiley is eating into that gap but not taking chunks out of it. Oh, might be now. But this isn't like the previous weeks where Lucky has potentially been on a different strategy. He's on the same strategies, guys. Honda just about staying within a second of Smiley, and similarly. Gloss showing great pace this evening. I think he does steal this championship this evening. It's what's happened to him? It's pushing those limits. Oh, he's got all kinds of damage, Airman. Oh, for the second race winning, he's really put himself in a difficult position. Oh, and then it looks like the rejoin's even been difficult as well. Oh dear. Well, I think now we are seeing two new champions. It's hard. I think the guys who think the lap time is there, but when you go out there, it's just that one thing to unsettle the car. That's a hell of a lot of damage to try and make up. Looking at what Smarty's gap to Honda is. Let's have a quick look. So, what is... A quick look here at... So Smiley and Lucky are both 42 points back on Honda. So again, right now, this should be more than enough. And they'll be taking 11 points out. No, they've got the fastest lap. So Lucky at the minute will be getting 30, and Honda 20, so 10 points. So 32 points as it stands. So Honda would take the win. No, actually Honda's P3, isn't he? So it'd only be a 5-point swing. And Gloss is doing more than enough for what he needs. That gap is coming down though, isn't it? Only by a 10th last lap. Driving really nice, and the heel, you know, if it's faults, it's looking like it's really smooth so far, and it's been kind on its tyres, so we'll just see. Although the Audi's been even kinder. I will come back to that battle because it is definitely closing in. Jay's got a penalty, which is just said it's going to allow Asriel through. Had a good recovery, although he's got Haz all over the back of him. Oh, Asriel off. Does that let Jay through as well? It will. Again, look at this GT class, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taz will be disappointed. He just got himself back in there and just ran wide. Oh, Filthy's gone really early. Does he have damage? Yeah, rear bumper. Sorry, I can't quite see the bottom of the screen from where I'm sat this morning. I'm not in the rig, that's for sure. So Asriel decided to switch to Z4 last week, take the 20-point penalty. Right, let's have a look at this gap. Oh, it's that less than a second now. It's not the easiest track in the world for overtaking, despite the long straights. Because even that, what looks like a hairpin heavy braking zone, because how wide the hairpin is, tends to be taken quite quickly. I do want to keep an eye on that Haz and Beeman battle, but I think for now we've just got to stick with this one. Airman will be so gutted. It's always one that makes such few mistakes, but the last 2 weeks have been really costly. This man has been so fast. He didn't get so hampered by the difficult start. He just had that incident at the first turn with Honda, which has slowed his progress, but he's right on the back of Lucky now, and Honda's right on the back of him. What will Lucky do here? I think he's too far back, as he needs to send it into here. This is proving a popular view. As I said to Evan, I did find it by accident, but he was giving me some credit for it earlier. But I think the position that Lucky's in here, and seeing these two cars come back in, Gloucester's just fallen off a little bit. Oh, God, it's just crazy how wide they run there. The only thing that might help Lucky here is he's being attacked by two. This might mean that Smiley goes from Hunter to Hunted very quickly. We see that so often, don't we? This is a great camera, one, to see how much they're closing on, but two, just to see just how hard these guys push. When you practice with Lucky, I'll often say when he's watching your lap, you're not using enough of the track, you're not using enough of the track, and when you see it from here, you can really see what he means. Because there's no doubt that these three are using every inch of it, as you just saw there. A bit of curve and a bit of grass too, as well, at some points. Lucky's actually, the gap stayed about the same. A good job. And so anything now, maybe attention turns to whether Honda can make a move on Smiley. Smiley does cover the middle, not fully inside. Can Honda, is that going to compromise Smiley's exit? No, he seems to have done a good job. He doesn't seem to have much lost down to Lucky either, despite the compromised line. So again, we have a three-way fight for the lead. Could have really been four, couldn't it? But at some point I haven't look at these guys. I will stop getting shot by that, I promise, but it just seems mad seeing race cars go so far off the track. But I'd prefer if GT7 just had the white line as the track limit, but hey ho. It looks like now Smiley's pulled away from Honda just a little bit. By pull away, I mean, of course, a crazy gap, like 4 tenths, but with the levels between these guys, that almost does become a big gap. There's certainly bigger gap to fire anything from here. Oh, I wonder if that looked like a little bit Lucky turned in too soon. Maybe might have compromised his run. Looks like Smiley's got a good run on here, but it's not really an overtaking zone. But Lucky normally calls a cucumber. He won't be feeling much pressure here, but he's won plenty of championships himself. As Lucky. He's won the Sprint Cup, 2 podium sprints and 1 podium overall. Smiley's a 2-time elite champion and Honda a 1-time endurance champion. So yeah, we've got 7 championships between this front 3. And Honda might well be becoming a 2-time champion himself by the end of tonight. We'll try and get to this action further down the field, but I think as soon as you've got a battle for the lead, you've got to focus on there. Oh, that's a brave move from Smiley. And Lucky might be able to hold that with the wide run, because look, Smiley had to compromise himself. It's brave. It might actually allow Honda back onto him. What battle this is. It'll be interesting who goes medium and who goes medium soft, that's for sure. Because whoever goes medium will probably get an undercut. Whoever goes medium soft will be fast initial point, but then it might come back at the second half. So often see Lucky, very good defensive driver. He's got nothing to lose either, so you imagine if he does get overtaken, he'll be looking to get straight back. That's sometimes when the overtaking is difficult, the risk you have to take can make an opportunity for the next driver. These guys are side by side, they're bumper to bumper. This isn't really a part of the track where you can go side by side, but this is so racing, but this might allow Honda at the inside. Oh wow, but it's just constant repositioning of cars trying to get the best line of attack. This time it looked like Smiley's got himself enough alongside. And look like Lucky's going to hold him. Smiley's got it for now. Oh, he's had a difficult exit though. Can Lucky get straight back at him? Oh, but Honda now, Lucky's inside like Smiley tried. Oh dear, can Lucky hold that? Yeah, Lucky's got back ahead. Either that or Honda may have let him back past. We've got to be careful these two, don't let Smiley disappear, especially with the pace he's shown. For now, they're keeping him in sight. Right, we will come straight back to this battle. Gloss in P4, Ian P5, Hansfield P6, Howes is in P7. These guys look close. Arvo P8. Tom doing really well up in P9. Nooses are coming up to P10. He's ahead of Filthy. He's also had to pit. And on another recovery mission, P12. Dave, P13. Swing at P14, just pitted, Absolute P15. Once this battle settles down, we will try and focus more on some bits of the field, but I mean, right now, this is enough for Honda, but he's going to want the win, isn't he? Gloss is in early. Did Gloss have... I tell you what, I'm not going to look because I can't see that bottom bit. Sorry guys, I'm incredibly sore. Honda now all over the back. Smiley had mega pace catching Lucky. He is pulling ahead, but it's not. Oh, Honda tries to surprise Lucky. That sends it inside. Lucky again carries more speed on the outside. It looks like the Beetles doesn't get the same drive out the corners as the Audi or the Lambo, but he holds on to that position for now. Smiley will be appreciating this assist. He may have the pace, it doesn't matter, but it's cool from Gross to go very early though, and if he's committed to I'd be surprised if he's gone to 2-stop. I think most of us saying it's a 1-stop either way. Oh my word, there's two going side by side by a flat out dangerous corner, but that is job done for Honda for now, unless Lucky can come straight back in, which he's certainly trying. Lucky is driving his heart out here, trying to drag a car. He probably has no right fighting the Lambo and the Audi. They won't be in the party together, but even if they work together, but no sign of that. Just tried to make Honda go deep there, but Honda's covered it pretty well. But yeah, the gap is growing ahead. Honda will be thinking, I just want to be shot of this guy and go after Smiley if I can. Yeah, that looks like it's covered now. So we can move to Beeman and Asville. That's on a bit of a coverage drive. The Z4. The hill climb by my house, Chelsea Walsh, and the Z4 is always a very popular car for hill climbing. I know it does have some history in GT racing as well. It's been making a bit of a resurgence in the daily races. I think it does have a very good top end speed. It might lack in some other areas. Haz is just clinging on to the back of these guys. Driven really well in the second half of the season as Haz. Oh, it's a good battle shaping up here. Wow. Oh, a shame. Someone penalty there. Oh, wow. How late was Filthy on the brakes there? Oh, they lose his position to Filthy and looks like he's about to lose on to Eamon. Yeah, just. Filthy was like lick the stamp and send it there. Oh god, that was close. All those guys in different classes, they'll just race. Trying to get this done. Filthy trying to come straight back at Eamon here. And Filthy does have 2 overall race wins, including pro drives in the past, so he'll have no fear taking these guys on. Imagine Phil, because you think from here now Air would be able to pull away. Just never quite know though. And he's just got past Tom. Now I've got a decent gap to Dave. Good consistent lap times from Tom other than the one where he saw the penalty. It's a shame for Dave. That penalty's going to be in White's absolute. Look, he's in. What's that for an undercut? I think it's got a penalty. It's fueled in. That's fueled in as well. Look, he just leaves the pits. He's right behind Haz. We saw this exact same scenario last week, where Haz claimed he let Lucky by. Gloss pitted early as well, didn't he? 10 seconds off Lucky. Be interesting to see how that plays out with Gloss's early stop, because Beeman and Haz have gone much more towards what you'd expect. Oh, maybe this time Haz generally didn't fight Lucky at all. I remember one podium series where they did nothing but fight each other, but Haz possibly playing the longer game tonight. I was just trying to keep an eye on what how the gap sits to the leaders, if he is making inroads on those fresher tyres or not. Honda now also in. Smiley goes on another lap. I think you see Jay into the pits this lap as well. It goes on. It'll be interesting. I wonder if Smiley's considered medium soft, then we will have different strategies at play. Looking out ahead of Honda, I was just trying to get a gauge on fuel. He's at 3/4 fuel. Is that going to be enough to get into the end? If so, he's had a decent little jump on Honda now. Has also pitting, taking fuel. Noose in. People in Hospitality Lounge, loving life. Honda pit crew about to go to work. Tom, the Haribo Lambo team. A very busy pit lane at the moment. And that's the Coaches America, Dunkin' Donuts. So Smiley leads from Beam and J, yet to pit. Okay, really interesting here to see how this plays out. Different strategies at play, and some people have had to divert off strategy with damage, which may mainly be, from what we've seen, has been airman and filthy, unless we missed anybody else. Hopefully the stream's all running well for you guys. I've got it up as well. Looks like we had a few technical gremlins earlier. Oh, that is an aggressive move from Lucky there at the inside. Jay goes on, makes you think, is he wanting to get on those softs at the end too? Is he going to send it back on Lucky? He might do, you know. Oh, Jay. That is late, but he has made it stick. He's like, I don't care if you're GtPro and on fresh tyres, racing is racing. See if he, I imagine he'll do the same with Honda now. Lucky, we're hoping so that he doesn't lose some of that advantage he's got back on Honda. Oh, wow. Again, that looks so difficult. It looks like this time that move's done relatively comfortably. Yeah. So I think there was a net gain to Honda now on the overtaking of Jay. You'd think at this point Smiley's going soft, wouldn't you? God, Filthy's still on Airman's coattails. Driving really well. Said it already, but yeah, it's a tough one between Honda and delivery and that one for me. Again, Hyde's right in the back of Asfield, or got him in sight at least. Absolutely, looks like he's about to go under pressure from the swing it. Oh, Smiley's in now. We'll see what tyres he puts on and how that affects everybody at that end. Oh, Tom has just got past Arva. Oh, that's a good battle between these two. Arva's on an outlap. We'll get back to that battle. It's only just a minute. Arva all over the back of that Lambo. Is he going to send it to the inside here? Oh, no. Trying to go to the outside, but just right out the road. Oh dear. Oh, I'm having a moment there. Let's quickly see what's happening in front of him. Lucky leads. Smiley and Honda are right on his tail again now. I think we're going to have round 2, aren't we? Oh, Holland trying to get around the outside. Look, he'll be loving this. This might give him that little gap back if these two fight. Holland just falling a little bit back. Again, it's all perspective, like as we said earlier, but still got 1.7 seconds here covering the top 3. But look, he's gone for that early pit to get track position and hoping he can hold these guys off, or maybe hoping these two fight. Come straight back to this and see how that Arbor Tom battle's going. It's resuming by the looks of it. Arbor definitely having a tougher race this week than he did last. This is Dave. Back at the front, looking now 1.4 ahead. Smiley maintains a half-second gap to Honda. Smiley, I think that has medium tyres, so he has just gone for the big offset. Worked for him last week. He went for the. That was different. They all went to the softs at the end, bar Lucky, but Smiley had the freshest lot of the lot, and it paid off for him. Undercut is strong on this game. It'll give you the track position, but the tyre performance later on, if it's in your favour and you've got the pace that this man has, can also work well. But yeah, I mean, we've still got a decent chunk of this race to go. Over a third of it. But yeah, again, this Gran Turismo is the place you want to be in ERL if you want a flag-to-flag battle for the win. You know, I mentioned the last race, there's no safety car creating these close finishes. These are hour-long races that are finishing almost week in, week out now, with where you could just throw a tent over the people at the front. And there's other battles going for the field, as we just saw with Arb and Tom. You just know the minute we come away from this something will happen, but I just want to make sure we're giving everyone a bit of the action. Beamer will be coming back at high, as you'd expect to see. I'll tell you what, Tom will be over the moon if he can hold on to P12. Especially out of the likes of Arbor and Absolute. So it looks to me like Tom's pitted and this is net now to the end. Only just off Darth. It's clear of Arbor, who was absolutely flying last week. Got a penalty as well, Arbor. Like Absolute's had another difficult race. I mean, it's such a good end to the AM Championship last season, but he's just struggled a little bit this year. I wonder if that's car specific. Get back to the front here. Look, he just maintains a 1.2 gap. Let me see from the rear view of Smiley. Go to Lucky, might be able to see both of them, not quite. This is, I feel, this is definitely Lucky's best opportunity to get a win on the board this season. Not going to be easy. The guys behind have got slightly better tyres than him. And they've just had incredible pace. Not that Lucky hasn't, but two guys behind him right now are just so fast. but the gap stays roughly where it is. And is that because well, the V10 twins team up to take out the mighty Beetle? It's tough because Smiley is the only person really that can stop. Well, I'm lucky, sorry, been lucky at this service because him and Smiley on the same points. Can stop Honda and seeing this title tonight. It's just interesting that in the first stint, it looked like Smiley had the clear advantage, but on the second stint, Smiley on the fresher tyre, it looks much more even between the three of them, which is interesting. Unless he's just biding his time until that tyre wear advantage really kicks in. I mean, you can't say look is comfortable, can you? But, you know, he looks more comfortable in this stint than he did in the previous one, for sure. Oh, is that a little bit wide from Honda? It can't have been too much because he's still really close to the back of Smiley. Really is a stunning car, particularly the yellow, when those yellow lights come on. Such a cool design. As we'll just catch the back to Filthy. Filthy's done really well. Yeah, they are, and we will get focus on that battle. I just like to make sure we get all the field in before we settle in for that shootout at the front. Get our popcorn ready. Yeah, Beeman's got past Haz. Oh, just saw Haz going a bit wide there. Airman on the recovery. That's going to take some doing, just even to get up to back of Haz. It just shows how costly that incident was for him, and also, you know, how fast the rest of the two is to try and make up the ground. Great to see Tom up there. I think that'd be a really good result for Tom. Right, gaps come under a second now. So, it's the first time I'd say that it's going to start coming under significant pressure. I mean, just imagine thinking, this could be my first win this season. I mean, he did win here last night in the Sprint Cup in reverse, lucky, but first win, elite win this season. Who are the two people behind me? Oh, these two absolute aliens. Lucky won't feel the pressure though. Very calm and calculated, cool guy. Got plenty of wins before, plenty of championships before, but I think if he can hold on and take this win, it will mean a lot. Having a tough season by any means. I'd say he's in level points to the man behind him and just been very consistent, but he'd like to get a win in this season. I think it'd be deserved, but yeah, Apex Age cool as a cucumber. Yeah, if he's any more laid back, he'd be horizontal, but he'll want this win for sure. And you know what? Like I say, in the second stint, despite pitting earliest and being at the biggest time average, he's been really comfortable. I say comfortable, like I say, he's got, you know, two of the fastest guys in the ERL on these weird bumper, but as comfortable as you can be when you race at this level. Yeah, for sure. I just mentioned there about the track being more forgiving. It was tough in reverse. I think where some of the undulation helps you going forwards, it goes against you in reverse. And we were in the BRZ, but lucky did take a win last night. This is really going to hot up. If it's not hot enough already. One's playing nice and staying in formation for now, but they won't stay that way until lap 31, that's for sure. Oh, quick look, who's this here? I'd still... Oh, so I'd still pass through for now. Azur's done well to come up to P5. It's crazy though, you talk about being only 30 seconds off the lead as well, but with the level the guys are at, it isn't only, believe me. Just see where Filthy comes out. He's got good pace. Ah. Didn't think of that apex. It'll be interesting now. Where's he come out? I'm going to say from here. Yeah. I'll be honest, apex I don't know. Unfortunately I missed practice Friday and sometimes only, and obviously last night at the sprint we didn't have any fuel wear, so I'm not entirely sure. But maybe he was fuel saved in that first stint and now this is his full pace. Yeah. Yeah, that's correct on the tyre wear, and also he pitted before these guys. Smiley pitted last, so we'll have the best tyres. But the great Murray Walker once said, catching is one thing, passing is very much another. You see, already quite a lot of the moves have been, I wouldn't say forced, but yeah, and that is where things got really difficult for Lucky last week as well, but he was on different tyres. Yeah, potentially. Although it might have been fuel saving to save the stock, because he did jump Honda in that stop. Let's see, strap yourselves in. As we enter, it's into the last quarter now. It's just incredible really that this championship keeps producing this type of finale. Ah yeah, remember that Gloss pitted quite early, so he's obviously going for 2 stops as well. I wonder if that potentially brings Beam and J into a GT class win. It's going to give me the lead. Do we have another battle here? Jay is going to... Oh no, he's just gone deep straight away. Look how close these three are now. Has is on the best tyres. So we've got a freeway fight for the win in Pro. We've got a freeway fight for the win in class as well. We will get back to that Pro battle any second, but gotta give these guys a moment because Gloss in a fairly dominant season. It could well be still dominant in this race. The last 3 race wins have all been 25-30 seconds plus. I don't think it'll be that tonight. He's gone for the 2 stop, but he's gonna have the best tyres. He can clear J. So these two have a bit of history. About to make some more, but Gloss backs out. He knows right now he is sitting very much pretty. Oh, I do apologise, we missed that for the lead. Just trying to make sure everyone got their action. We've got 2 battles here. We've got a battle for GT class win and championship, and battle for Pro as well. That could be absolutely massive, the fact that Smiley now leads this race on the fastest tyres. Lucky will just think, he's going to need, that just looks too far back, doesn't he? So that if he could just try and he needs to get this back, and he's got to do it early. Honda does manage to seal this championship tonight. The race is paid. I have to just say, it's incredible, really. With the level of competition he's faced. I know not a difficult start, but a couple of tricky races early on, so I know he's done really well. Yeah, apologies that I missed that. I was just trying to get both battles. Let's have a quick look back at this one, because this is your GT class race win here. Beam and J, Gloss has, or Gloss trying to get this work on the inside. I think he's got it this time, hasn't he? Jay's been improving week after week. He's got a sniff of a class win here. He's not going to give it up, that's for sure. And this isn't really a section. You want to go side by side. A bit of contact, but they've survived. No call asked or given, as you'd expect. It's good to see the GT class at the minute having a close finale as well, although Gloss on those fresh tyres I think now would go away and possibly make this 5 on the bounce. That's also covered really well to P4. Lucky is keeping Smiley in view. Yeah, I think like I say, Apex those two. They've had some history and the was out then did a lot worse than that one just did at times. So, but yeah, it's just Jay's progress has been mega. And yeah, good to see. That's it. It's GT racing, the cars aren't made of glass, front wings aren't going to fall off either, so it does allow for that tougher style of racing. As all things stand here, this is enough for Honda and Gloss to seal their respective championships. Smiley would take 5 points out of Honda and it's 42 behind currently, so gap would be 37 with 31 remaining. Sun's starting to set now. If anything, just makes the cars and the track look even more stunning. Equally stunning is this battle for the lead, which still has the top 3 cars separated by just a smidgen over a second. So look, Lucky definitely coming back at Smiley here. It's interesting seeing the tyre offset. And this man just plays so many different racing games. Yeah, definitely. No, he looked on the limit. You expect it to be on the limit when you're fighting for a class win. You know, you're not just going to give it up easily, are you? And we'll go and have a look at what's happening with that one in a moment. And there is that anaconda-like Lamborghini again hunting down. Oh, what a drive that was. We're going to see the move done. We've seen moves done in unconventional places tonight, so I won't rule it out. Condon's having a look, but I think he's too far back. From that, yeah. Oh. It's just mad, isn't it? How close this is again for the 3rd week on the spin. Three very new cars. I was speaking with Eamon earlier whether we're just going to see a flux of Ferraris and Porsches next year, because one thing controversial, this rule change was it has given us a super varied grid. Only this game we just see a Audi R8, Lamborghini Huracan sandwiching a Volkswagen Beetle. It's one of the things we love about Gran Turismo though. It's variety, it's madness, and it does such a good job with these fictional tracks as well. Yeah, I agree. With the comments there on YouTube, the lead car's being the second gap in this late race is great. It is, and we've been treated to this as becoming the norm. This is our 3rd consecutive race where this has been the situation as we reach the finale. Let's have now got the run. Not quite. Let's have a quick look here. Oh yeah, Gloss has opened up a big gap now. If anything, he's more focused on getting the P4 in the overall, but he would appear to have the class win sewn up. Jay and Haz there look like taking the podium. Again, these two have been on a bit of a podium streak. Airman, oh, Filthy going back on Airman. What a lovely move that is. Oh, Airman lost the back end. He's having some, he's so stable and settled that car, but really tricky. That was a lovely move from Filthy. There was no contact there, and Karen just lost it on traction. Should be enough for Filthy to take the P8 now. Oh, it's a shame Tom's up to the pit again. Alright, back to this. Apologies, yawn has nothing to do with the racing. It's just been a long old day. As you mentioned in the comments, we've been treated here. I just wonder, into these last 3 laps, if Lucky can do anything here to try and put Smiley under just that bit more pressure. Really the same pressure that he's been put under by Honda. Or we've seen the move into here before, going for it again. He had a real squirrel on the exit there. Can Lucky come back at him? Certainly trying. Allowed Smiley probably a race winning gap, but given Honda another position. God, look how hard they're pushing. They can't get the win, they definitely want this P2. Got one out of the ding dong going back here as well. I mean, that would be mega, wouldn't it, if the M3 could arrive for the next season as well. Gloss has got ahead of Asriel. Has right now up onto, oh, he's got a penalty. Penalty's right in the back of Joe. That's going to bring Filthy right into the equation to take that last podium space in the GT class. And that comes down to being third, which I think is any minute now. Yeah, he's got it for now. Let's get back up here. Yeah, but so unfortunately I mean, look now, God, massive gap, 3 seconds. You only just don't know how it's been pretty much 1 second all race. It looks like Smiley with those extra fresh tyres is just like he did last week. Just played it perfectly. Just allowed him to just push on at this latter stage with the freshest tyres, with the 2 behind him batting a bit. To be fair, because I think Panda was saying if we get the new McLaren, the new M4 and the Mustang, I know we're being really greedy now, we've had these 2 new GT3s, but if we could just get those 3, I mean, you know, we're there, aren't we? And as per Lucky's roadmap, I knew a few other things that we're looking to do, some steps going back to stuff we did before, and sometimes the evolution is going backwards. As I say, I've been a fan of the car rule change this year, but it hasn't been overwhelmingly popular, so let's go back and just do what this championship originally did, just free racing. I know we're almost certainly going to see the 2 championships finished tonight. It's still been an epic season, multiple race winners, some great battles, and look, it's settled before the ring, which is a shame, because the Nürburgring is the best place for a finale, but in a way it's almost like a bit like the Indy 500 or Le Mans 24 Hours. It's almost like a championship in itself, just going to tackle that one. And the prize these guys will have for winning their championships, they will start in the back. So they will have 2.4 hours to put it right, but yeah, that'll make things tricky. Yeah, we are probably getting greedy now. See where I'm at. But yeah, anything that freshens it up. Because I think naturally people are going to likely go for the Ferrari and Porsches because they're new. Porsche is always a good car as well. But let's see. It'd be a shame to see a whole field of Porsche and Ferraris, but it might be what we get. Hence the finale. It has settled down now, hasn't it? Smiley's got a clear gap behind to Honda, and Honda's got a clear gap to Lucky. So it didn't say that we didn't quite have the drama in the last 2 weeks. So sorry to let you down there. Now a ridiculous 4 second gap from first to third, but phenomenal race. This guy Smiley's at this stage of the season has just been unstoppable, but it's just come too little, too late for him. The consistency of Honda earlier on in the season, but I tell you what, bodes well for next season. The potential battle that we could have. I think, particularly if Lucky picks a more competitive car, I think that's going to be a 5-way championship battle when we put and Alicos in the mix of these three. I don't think there's any tier in ERL racing that can offer a 5-horse championship race, so yeah, stay tuned for that one. Into the final runnings now. He is the man of the moment. Fast in Gran Turismo, fast in the Sprint Cup, fast on ACC. He is just driving the wheels off everything right now, but that is another win for Smiley. But this man here has just sealed the GtPro Championship. Congratulations to Honda. Lucky takes P3. And our next well done is going to this man who's done everything he needs to do tonight. He's going to take the class win, he's going to take a P4 overall, and he will be your GT class champion also. So big congratulations to Honda for taking the Pro title. Equally big congratulations to Gloss, who's about to seal his first championship in the RL and the GT class race win, GT class championship. He's flashing those lights already. It'll be a party time in New England this evening because he is the GT class champion. Congratulations to Gloss. He takes that. Excellent recovery drive from Aswa to take P5. Phenomenal performance from B&J. He's going to take a P2 podium in GT class. Filthy takes the last podium place in GT P7. Another solid result from Haas to take P8. Got Dave right behind him, he's just been lapped. And tough night at the office, it's P9. There's no problem at all. See where I'm at. Swingit has bounced back after a couple of issues early in the race on that grid pen. He's going to take a P10, although he has got Noose very close behind. But I think it'll be enough. Swingit is going to take P10. Noose had to pit lap 1 for damage, has recovered well to take P11. Absolute is going to come out and take P12. Tough race for Arvo, who drove so well last week. He's going to be P13. Tom, P14, has already taken the flag a lap down, and same with Dave in P15. But yeah, that is going to be a wrap. So, big well done to Smiley for taking the race win. Big well done to Honda for taking the GT Pro Championship. Gloss for taking the race winning class and the championship win as well. So, how we stand now. The 2 champions are decided, but we head to 2 finales at the world's greatest racetrack, the Nürburgring. 2.4 hours for GT class and the same the week after for Pro. And then we still have very much a Sprint Cup up for grabs. So, in that championship, there's still 2 weekends to go, so 6 races left there. So it's still plenty to fight for as we finish out this season 5 of ERL Gran Turismo. But thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for being in the comments as well. And we will see you this time next week for the Nürburgring. thanks again, Apex. Appreciate you coming on and joining. And see you all next week.